Hello and welcome. This is Wise Woman Television. My name is Errity, and I am here to bring you another pick a card reading, and this one is on your heart's desire. So I first recommend that you like and subscribe. Liking ensures that other people see this video, and subscribing ensures your own commitment to yourself. So we are going to get started in just a moment. I will throw a picture of the card piles 1, 2, and 3. I'll do that right now. And we will get started. So card pile 1, your heart's desire. So your heart's desire is there's something new coming through for you. There's something that wants to come alive. There's something that wants to be brought to life. There's something new coming through. Now, this could be a new way of living, a new lifestyle. It could be some kind of inspiration or business idea. It could be a spiritual practice. This is a group reading, so it may look different for each and every one of you, but what you're thinking of as I share that is what it is. You probably have that feeling of like, oh yeah, that's right. I mean, I have been thinking about that for a while, but there's this sort of birth that could be happening or is happening. Part of it though is you letting go to allow that to happen. So your heart has this desire for something new to like push to break through whatever it is you're living or experiencing right now. Like it's just not 100% true to you. It's not 100% true for you. So I don't know if that is around a job or a relationship or a lifestyle or a partnership. However, there's definitely something here in terms of something new wants to come through, and it feels like it's ready to burst. So when I'm feeling it, it definitely feels like something that's like wants to be born. It's coming down the canal. So, but there's some resistance here. So that's your heart's desire. There's something new coming through. It could be an inspiration. I think it's something you're already aware of. It's something about a new life, a new experience, a new chapter. Your heart's desire really yearns for this. It's something that's more true and authentic to and for you. And what's in the way of that is there's some resistance here. It goes against what you've already created. It goes against your norm. It goes against, like, you've already built a life in a certain way around this. Again, whether it's a job or a partnership or a lifestyle like you, or even a business, like you've already built a lot of stuff, or again, whole foundation around whatever it is, you know, whatever this part of your life is. And so it's very scary for you. There's a lot of resistance to be like, I am just not throwing all this out. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. However, you know, this is what your soul is asking of you. It's asking for you to be true to yourself and letting that be the ultimate truth that you live by, the ultimate principle that you live by. So there is some resistance here. That's what's in the way. It feels like you'd have to go against what you've already created. You'd have to rub up against something that has already been done and created in your life, and perhaps for a while. So I've even worked with clients in the past who, you know, they build whole lives with certain partnerships and years of marriage and a job and so on and so forth. And so even though their life might be calling them elsewhere, it's supremely difficult for them to let go of everything that they've built in favor of their souls. And yet, as you know, as a spiritually empowered person who's watching this, you know, the number one principle to live by is to live by the truth and the voice of our souls no matter what. And that's tough and courageous work. So whatever support you might need internally and outside of you, start gathering the troops, so to speak, and the resources necessary to support yourself to make this shift. I feel like there's a lot of resistance. Some of you, I feel like, may not make the choice to move toward what is calling you. But I feel like those of you who really feel this deeply and know you must do it, like there's no choice, you must do it. I tend to live like that. I do what I must do. I don't always love it or like it. My human doesn't always love it or like it. So there's some resistance here. That's what's in the way. Gather the support that you need to be able to push this baby through. Okay, so what you can do to bring this to fruition, what you can do to support yourself, what you can do to bring this all to life is really sit with yourself. Get really clear on what it is that you truly deeply want, what it is you truly deeply desire for yourself and for your life, you know, what you deem fulfillment to look like or be like for you. Really get clear, spend some time with yourself, whether in meditation or contemplation, but just getting honest with yourself. Like, it's really just about honesty. What do you want, and can your current life, your current job, your current romance, your current partnership, your current lifestyle, can it bring you that? If the answer is no, you know what to do. And I know it's tough work. It's such difficult work to let go of things, to honor who we are, and to honor what we've grown into. It's honoring the work that you've done. To keep what is of the old is to dishonor and abandon yourself and the call of your higher self, or the call of your soul, or of God, Goddess, Great Spirit, Source. So really get clear on what it is you truly want. Really get honest with yourself. Determine if it is worth it for you. Some of you, it may not be worth it. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it's really up to you how you live your life. There is no judgment here. However, your heart's desire is to live and be true to yourself, ultimately, no matter what you've created and built. Many of us will go an entire lifetime and have to wipe the slate clean several times, many times over, in order to honor our own evolution and the calling of our souls. So the advice is believe in the impossible. Believe you can do this. So some of you really want this. You already know this. You know this to be true. Something else beckons you. The voice gets louder. If you've seen Frozen 2, you can't avoid your own voice calling you from afar, from the distance. And when you traverse and go through all of these adventures and this epic quest, you find it was you calling yourself all along. Believe in the impossible. Ask for the support of spirit. Gather the troops in your own life, internally your own resources. Do what you must do to do what you must do. Your heart is calling you. So thank you for listening. If this resonates, I encourage you to like and subscribe or leave a comment below. I'd love to hear how this lands for you. Also, if this feels like something you might need support with, I encourage you to reach out, to check out the links that I have below. I do support people in my coaching work to bring this to life. So it's one thing to get a reading, it's another thing to actually do it, and I can support you to do that. So best of luck, and I'll see you next week. Okay, so card pile 2. Card pile 2, your heart's desire. Your heart's desire is to let the past go, to let the pain go, to let the programming go, to let it go, whatever it is that has sort of brought you down. There's a heartbreak, a loss, upset of some kind, some turmoil, some grief, to let the past go. Your heart wants you to live freely and to live a fulfilled life and to be and experience and create all that you are. And it simply is not possible when you're holding on so tightly to what has affected you so deeply. Your heart wants you to live freely. It doesn't want you to be attached to this anymore. It doesn't want the past to hold you back. It wants you to be able to break through this heartbreak, to sort of climb your way out of this hole and be able to find the sunlight again and to live in supreme joy and all that you deserve and desire. So your heart's desire wants you to be free, wants you to feel and experience love and all that life has to offer. So what's in the way of that is holding on to these old belief systems, old patterns, holding on to a lack of self-worth, holding on to experiences that have happened to you in the past, all the ways that you were victimized, and all the ways that you were hurt, all the ways that maybe people have upset you, and maybe it's just how life has upset you. Maybe for some of you, as this is a group reading, it wasn't something personal, it's someone else did. It was something that life with a capital L did, you know, and you feel abandoned and betrayed by God or the universe itself. And please know that when we are forsaken or we feel that we have been abandoned, it hasn't been that we are abandoned. It has been a call to discover ourselves, to develop our own self and our own conviction. And we are always supported on that journey. But if it ever feels like we are alone, it's because we're learning to stand on our own 2 feet. So your heart wants you to live freely. What's in the way? By affirming and continuing to affirm your own pain and your own experiences, and this doesn't mean that you weren't rightfully and understandably victimized or hurt or violated or heartbroken in some way. That's real and that's valid. But if you have moved through that and you have perhaps gotten the support to move through that and there has been some healing done, all you have to do right now at this point, is to let go of it. you're choosing to move forward anyway. Yes, it happened. There's nothing we can do about that. Now what? Now what? And for some reason, and for some people, once they find purpose in their pain, that gives them power to be able to move forward. There's a sort of an owning and integration of personal power there. So if finding the purpose in your pain is helpful, that's a suggestion here. But for some people, and we could say even for all of us, at some point we have to come to acceptance that it happened, and now what? We don't have to tie ourselves to the past. In so many ways, we chain ourselves to these old experiences, and we live the rest of our lives based on that one event or that series of events, as opposed to moving forward and to growing and blossoming into all that we are and all that we deserve. So don't let this be the thing that ties you to the past. It's our choice to remain committed to the past. It's our choice to remain aligned with our sort of this alliance. Do we really want to ally ourselves? We don't know if that's a word, but do we really want to partner with the past, or do we want to partner with the present and the future and what is possible for us? So what you can do to bring this to fruition, we already touched on this a little bit. Do the necessary work, whether it's through meditation, maybe you get a therapist or a mentor or some kind of support system, to find the purpose in the pain, to find a way to move past it, to find a way to move through it. Oftentimes it doesn't take the pain away, but it sort of greases the well and makes it a little bit easier to move forward. It facilitates the healing process. It's like, it's very difficult at times, right, to move forward, and it could feel like, but if we grease the wheel a little bit, it's a little bit easier to move forward. And if you can support yourself to dig a little bit deeper, and again, you may need the support to do this, to uncover what it was, or in what ways this might have been supportive for you, or in what ways it might have served you, or what it was meant to teach you, that would be something that would be very beneficial for you. I personally believe, and you don't have to align with this belief system, I personally believe that everything happens for a reason, whether we like it or not, whether our humans like it or not, whether I even agree that it's okay or not, all right? I'm real. There are some atrocities on this planet that are unacceptable to me as a human being, and yet I do recognize spiritually that there is purpose in that, and that all can serve our greater growth and evolution, no matter how deeply horrifying some things are. So I want to honor what happened. I want to honor your past. I want you to have permission and give yourself permission to honor your past. I also want you to give yourself permission to free yourself from those chains. So the advice, don't let pride get in your way. You know, that feeling of like, you really effed me over, you know, whether it be someone else or life or God or whatever. And it's like, man. And so you actually hold on, you tighten your grip on everything that's happened to you, this righteous anger, and hey, that's valid. Feel that righteous anger. Be honest with yourself about how you feel. Express that. Maybe it's not going to be to the other person if it does involve another person, but maybe you write it down. Maybe you express it to someone who could hold that space for you. Allow yourself to go there. Be honest with how you truly, deeply feel, and then let it go, because it doesn't hurt God or life itself or other people. It hurts you to hold on to it forever, to partner with it forever, to agree to it forever. Every time we affirm our pain, and we make it real today. You have the choice to let it go. Don't let pride get in your way. You know, that righteous anger or indignation or upset or whatever, someone else deserves it, right? They deserve your anger. That all might be true, right? And so we accept that and we say, that's true. And now what? How can you free yourself from your chains? Because only you have the key. So thank you, Pile 2, for watching. If this resonates with you, I encourage you to like and subscribe or leave a comment below so we can chat about it. Also, if this is something you would like support with, it's one thing to get a reading. It's another thing to actually have the support to move through these processes. And I do that in my coaching work, and I would love to support you. So feel free to reach out if it lands for you. Okay, so Pile 3. Pile 3, this is what is your heart's desire? Your heart's desire is to create a life that is ultimately meaningful and authentic to you uniquely. It really wants to feel I feel this sense of control, but it's not that. It's more of like recognizing your own power, your own personal power, and your own ability to bring to life whatever it is you want to bring to life. You have the ability, you have the capability, you have the power to manifest, bring forth, bring life to anything that you desire. Your heart wants to know this. Your heart wants you to know this. Your heart wants you to experience this for yourself, that you are a master creator, that you do have a say, that there's a co-creation happening here. Your heart wants you to begin to live by your heart, to experience a life and build a life and maybe even a legacy that is aligned with who you truly are. There's something here about not fully stepping into your power, maybe not even being aware yet of your full power, the extent of your power and capability here. Your heart's desire wants you to know that, and it wants you to experience that. So what's in the way of that? There's a fear here of knowing your own power or knowing your personal power, maybe even a fear of stepping out of the old. So as we grow and change, a lot of our previous experiences and everything that we've built in our identity or life before this, of course, it's going to reflect a lower self-worth or a lesser version of our power. And it can be very scary to truly own and know all that we are, right? It can be a little bit scary to recognize that. And there's something here about being scared about stepping outside of your comfort zone, being scared of the unfamiliar or the unknown. And of course, we know the only way to create something new, to create something different, to experience something different, is to be able to step out of your comfort zone, to step out of familiar territory and venture into the unknown. That is where new potential exists. New potential never exists in our comfort zone. What we are experiencing now in our comfort zones is precisely all we will ever experience. And if it's not lighting you up or jazzing you up or bringing you all that you ever desired, if you don't feel like you're shining and that your life is radiant, if you can't even find basic, fundamental, the essentials of peace and harmony and just the simple moments of daily bliss, if that's not happening for you, that happens on the other side of your comfort zone after you break through that space. So there's something here about a fear of your own power, a fear of the new, not really knowing who you are and your own creative abilities and your power. Like, I wish there was a better way for me to explain it, because there's this very clear energy of, it's not even like you've been in a space of victimhood or anything like that. You're just simply not living fully true to who you are and what you want. And your heart wants you to know all that you are capable of, and it wants you to experience a life that lights you up, that means something to you. And all that's required is doing something new, stepping outside of your comfort zone. This is a group reading, so it'll be different for every person on here, but I encourage you to do the exploration to discover what that is. What is being required of you right now? And I'll be doing a video here shortly on your next breakthrough, so I would stay tuned, and that might be able to help you further. So we talked about what was in the way, and now what you must do. Becoming aware, again, it's of your own personal power. And the card itself is be the hunter, not the hunted. Okay, so this isn't about listening to what other people have to say or listening to what your partner has to say or going along with societal roles or cultural norms or all the noise or all the things that we learn about in the media and our conditioning. Like, it's not about that. What in the world do you want? And you can do that. Your heart wants you to live true to you. This is very similar to group one, but a little bit different. So if it does land for you, you might check out group one, and all of them have a similar theme. But this is really about you owning your personal power, not being held back by any appearance of limitation, not being held back by just the fear of the unknown, not being held back by your own comfort zone, and allowing yourself to break through that mold to experience all that you came here for. There's endless potential on the other side, and it's waiting for you. What do you desire? Are you clear on that? I feel like some of you may not even know what you want, because you've always sort of just acquiesced to what life handed to you, or just kind of went along with what showed up for you. Like, oh, I'll take this morsel. It's something, right? I'll take this. And it's like, otherwise you're in a desert, but occasionally you get a breadcrumb. Like, you can get the buffet, baby. Okay? You just have to give yourself permission to do that, and to step out of your standard, whatever that standard is for you. It's stepping out of your comfort zone. So what is the advice? There are some things you need to let go of here. There's some old baggage, old beliefs around your lack of self-worth, old beliefs around valuing yourself or not, old beliefs around what is okay and what's not okay. Okay, so I do feel some conditioning here around, you know, what you've been taught and told to be true, and you might believe that. So an example might be that you identify with a particular belief system, and yet you feel there's something else out there and you want to seek that out. And this could be, right, any application. But you know, you're a little bit nervous because you're like, well, that's not right, and that's not true, and that couldn't possibly be true. And so you bring yourself back into sort of more dogmatic and rigid approach. Allow yourself to explore here. Allow yourself to blossom, to flower, to flourish, and discover what it is you truly want and what is actually calling you. So letting go of those old belief systems so you can step into all that you are and all that awaits you. So pile 3, if this resonated for you, I encourage you to like and subscribe. Or leave a comment below so we can chat. And if this is something that you might want support with, I encourage you to check out the links below. I do offer support for this kind of thing in my coaching work. It's one thing to get a reading. It's another thing to have the support to guide you step by step through the transformation that these cards are offering, through the transformation your heart seeks for you. So with that, I thank you, pile 3, and all of our piles, and I will see you next week.